Hi, this is Simon with Trade and Perform Coaching, and well, I guess today is Tuesday, and it is February 25th, 2014, and had an excellent day again. One of the things I wanted to cover at the front, I had a conversation with one of my coaching clients tonight, and I wanted to be clear about what my primary objectives are in my trading, NES specifically day by day. What I'm looking for, my objectives on a daily basis, and I want to be clear. I want to be consistent in my position sizing. I want to be consistent in my preparation day by day. I want to approach the market in the same manner. I want to be consistent in my manner of execution of my trades on a daily basis. I want to be consistent in the perspective that I'm looking at from which I'm looking at the market. And I want to be consistent in how I use my exits. I want all of that to come through consistently daily for me. And I think I actually do a pretty good job of achieving that. And what that does is sets me up for consistent success day after day. It lowers my stress levels and lets me focus on where the opportunities are as they're presented to me. I'm not trying to be the most badass trader in the world, although I'd like to think I am on occasion. But what trader or successful trader doesn't have a little bit of an ego? But the truth is, if I look at this in a honest manner, right? The market's hard. If I didn't have a trade plan, I'd probably have my ass kicked on a regular basis. Okay, and I'm really, really fortunate that I don't have to go to a job every day in the world of the Fortune 500, where I probably would like to think, at least, that I don't fit in so hot. Right? I fit in great here. I don't fit in great in other areas. Right? And this allows me to beat my own path. The price for that success that I have is I have had to conform, right, to certain rules and standards that allow me to make money on a regular basis. So let's go into today, and I just really want to make this a brief review because I really hit all the spots this morning in the market preview, which you can see right below here. So I want to be as brief as I can about it, mainly because I'm tired and I've been working pretty hard here lately and need a little bit of rest. So I discussed the white zone. I said if we opened up in the white zone, I would not call my trade here. The reason why is I do often, almost every time, take a trade in the white zone. It's just too hard to call. It happens too fast, right? And it's simply part of my trading plan. I trust the white zone. Can't explain to you why I trust it, other than my numbers support me taking a trade there, and I take my trades there. But I don't want to call a trade that has a good chance of possibly getting stopped and then throwing everyone's day right out of the gate. I can deal with the stop out of the white zone. Doesn't bother me. I'll move right on with my day. What I did say earlier today is that I would take a trade first time into the zone here, right? And I would take a trade first time into this zone here and each subsequent zone above and below. And that's exactly what I did. And I also specifically said I would not take a trade at Globex low. I didn't like where Globex low was situated. Usually I'll make a zone out of it. It just didn't seem to make very much of sense to me from a logical standpoint. I also said that primarily buyers are in control, that I expected to have a pattern that looked like this, and I expected that turn to come somewhere between 9:30 and 10:30 in the morning, 11 o'clock. As it turns out, we got the low turn right at 9, and we got the high turn right at 10:30, 11. I actually didn't expect it to retrace as much as it did, but I was not surprised by the balance. I just thought the balance would be on the higher end like this, and we didn't get that. It kind of had a full range, but we definitely had a balanced day. So let me give you a couple of keys here. First of all, the rotations were great into the zones. In each zone, you can measure them yourself. You'll see that they were very clear cut. Secondly, balance. The best place to place trades on a balanced day is at the extremes, guys. Balance looks like it's about to break down and then snaps back to the middle. It looks like it's about to break out, then snaps back down. You just have to get used to it. These were the locations. These were my trades today. I don't know how else to explain it. We did have a trap trade, right? We broke below Globex low, then back above Globex low. So rather short trade review tonight because it was a balanced day. Also, the other clue. The tick, NYSE tick, was plus or minus 500. So this was rather a short video. Obviously, we got the job done rather efficiently. What I would encourage everyone out there. Look, there's a lot of ways of trading. There's a lot of styles. Some people want to capture 10 points. Some people want to capture, 1 point. Some people are just grateful to get profitable. My experience in this business has been it is hard to get profitable day by day, week over week, month over month, year over year. Okay, people have these huge equity swings up and down. They make a lot of money, they lose a lot of money, and this is an exhausting business. And if you're like me, right, a lot of us simply don't have the time to waste learning the markets, right? Chasing people's trading services. And I want to get to an important point on trading services. First of all, I laid out these trades in advance, but there's a deal here. If you don't learn how these zones are produced, right, and you don't have your methodology for producing them, and you're simply following someone else's calls, it's a very hard way of making money, because one of the things that your mind needs in order to trade well is a certainty. And the certainty doesn't have to come from the market. It has to come from your end. Do you trust yourself to make the good decision time after time? Do you execute your stops properly, and are your stops keeping you safe? And is your win ratio a high win ratio? If you don't have those things, that all creates questions in your mind, right? If you're just simply following Simon, I'll use myself an example. Well, Simon says this area will be good for a long and this area will be good for a short. But, if you take a look at where these trades are, they all look scary, right? They look scary at a high, they look scary at a low. The only reason I know they worked is because I've been doing these for years and years, and I understand my methodology. I share that methodology for the most part with the clients that I coach. It's not an overnight process where I give someone, hey, here's a miracle, and this is how you make money instantly. First, you have to teach someone how to trust their area of location and pinpoint a good location. Once they get the location down and the trade management down, and usually it takes a little while, right? Then they start having their eyes kind of open to them, right? And they start seeing the possibility of the larger ranges, right? But first, before you can get to that, you have to develop the consistency to know that the profitability is there from your entry. And if you don't have that consistency, that trust within yourself, and let me tell you, it's only 50% of what's on your chart, and it's probably 50% of what's within you. You have to be able to trust yourself as a trader. How do you do that? You keep your spreadsheets, you keep your stats, you watch your numbers closely at the zones. Do they support what you're doing, or do they not support what you're doing? Those are the critical questions you've got to ask day in, day out. So I hope this helps. I really work really hard to help people get profitable. It's the only reason I'm doing this. I'm getting a lot of reward out of it for myself. I like it. It feels good to help others be profitable. So I can tell you the 3 things that don't work. Signing up for random services without understanding the provider's methodology, risk profile, tolerance, or objectives is difficult. Okay. Number 2, if you're just describing to someone who's handing you the solution but not providing you the source, not teaching you how to fish per se, is going to leave you in a constant yearning for security that you'll never get from that in that fashion. I don't know if I stated that very well, but your brain needs security. It needs security in that, to know that you know what you're doing, that you're going to keep yourself safe, and that you're going to follow a methodology. The market has no rules to it. Okay, so in most environments, psychologically speaking, we have restraints put on us. If we're going to drive, you may be able to buy a Ferrari, but you're still restrained by what the legal speed limit is and by the highway patrol officers who will ticket you and or arrest you, right? Not to mention the legal consequences from hurting somebody. In business, there's tax rules, there's laws that govern. In trading, right, as long as you have cash, you can click that mouse as many times as you want and make or lose as much money as you want. Generally, the ratio is the more you click, the less you make. Okay, and so what you have to be willing to do as a trader is to submit yourself to your own set of rules. Now, they don't have to be my rules, but I would encourage you to create an environment, which you are doing. You're creating an ecosystem for making money. The first thing you want to make sure in that ecosystem is that you have an edge. Once you have that edge, you want to make sure that you have rules structured around that edge to extract money from the edge. And then the third part of that is you want to make sure that you have a stop loss methodology that will keep your equity safe and not blow you up. So those are the things I have for you tonight. My name is Simon. I'm with Trade and Perform Coaching. The objective is not to discourage you. It's to encourage you that this can be done profitably. This can be done successfully, but you have to apply yourself in such a fashion, right, that you are, in essence, for lack of a better term, the master of your domain. You can follow your own trade rules, and you'll keep yourself safe and your equity safe. Once you have that, and once you have a high win ratio, which my methodology does provide to me, right? Once you have that, then you can start jacking up your size and really start making a lot of money. And that's where the pleasure comes out of really, seeing your account grow, your account size grow. And anyone, I do want to address this. Someone asked me, do I think I can get 10 or 20% annualized returns? If I were in this for 10 or 20% annualized returns, I think you're nuts. I think I'd be nuts for trading this. I'm looking to double, triple, or better on my account every year, year in, year out. And there'll be some who say you can't do that. I say otherwise. I say it can be done, and it can be done consistently. Where it can't be done and where most people fail is most people come in, they find a particular market, they hit a home run, and then the market switches and they give it all back. I've structured my methodology so that I don't run into that problem, right? There's some markets where it's a little bit harder than other markets, but I tend to be able to consistently pull money out of the market day in, day out. And I think I demonstrated that pretty well both yesterday and today. It really doesn't matter what type of market I'm presented with. I'm usually can make the adjustments within the same system, right, to extract money from the market. And the last part is that I want to leave y'all with, and again, this is to anyone who's struggling with trading. It's so much easier making money in the first half of the market than it is the second half of the market, for all kinds of reasons. Everything from being stressed out to being tired to simply staring at something for 8 hours. How long can you concentrate for? Anyways, my name is Simon. I hope this helped. You can reach me at tradeandperform@gmail.com. My email is on my blog. You can hit me on StockTwits or on Twitter. I really appreciate everyone's participation and input on the streams. And I want to congratulate, by the way, my coaching clients. I think every person had a great day today. So was really, really, really happy to hear that. So good job, guys. We'll see y'all bright and early in the morning. Have a great night.